From the mighty oak to the delicate cherry blossom, trees have been an essential part of our planet for millions of years. The history and importance of trees can be traced back to the dawn of time, and their significance in our world cannot be overstated. They are one of the most important factors for the survival of life on the planet Earth. They give oxygen, maintain carbon dioxide levels, prevent soil erosion by holding it tightly, bring up rain and whatnot. Yet, we humans are destroying the forests on a regular basis. However, there have been several instances when people have fought the big corporations and governments to save the trees. On the occasion of U.S. National Love Day, we have brought to you a video on the importance of trees and the stories of two famous movements aimed at protecting the trees. So stick to the very end. National Love Day is celebrated every year on 16th May in the United States. It is aimed to create awareness among people to save the very essence of life, that is, trees. The history and origins of National Love Day are not clear. However, it is a day dedicated to appreciating the value of trees and the role they play in our environment. It is an opportunity to promote awareness about the importance of trees in providing clean air, reducing erosion, and providing habitats for wildlife. National Love Day is celebrated by individuals, schools, and communities across the country through various activities such as tree planting, nature walks, and educational programs. It is also an occasion to learn about the different types of trees and their benefits, and to take actions such as volunteering for tree care or supporting organizations that promote tree planting. Let us now look at two such unique and interesting movements by regular people like you and me, fighting to save trees. Chipko movement. The Chipko movement was a unique environmental movement that took place in the 1970s in the state of Uttarakhand, India. It was a movement that not only raised awareness about the importance of trees, but also highlighted the power of ordinary people to bring about change. The name Chipko comes from the Hindi word embrace, which is precisely what the participants did. They hugged the trees to prevent them from being cut down. The Chipko movement was started by a group of women in the village of Mandal in the Himalayan region who were concerned about the large-scale deforestation that was taking place in their area. Led by Chandni Prasad Bhatt and Sundarlal Bahuguna, it was a people's revolt against mindless actions of the government. The movement quickly gained momentum, with people from other villages joining in. They protested against the commercial logging of trees by hugging them and forming a human chain around them. They were not just saving the trees, but also their homes, as the trees were a crucial source of water and soil conservation in the region. The Chipko movement was not just about saving the environment, but also about social justice and women's empowerment. The movement was led by women who were marginalized and excluded from decision-making processes in their communities. The women of Chipko movement showed the world that they could be leaders and agents of change. It succeeded in bringing attention to the issue of deforestation and led to the formation of a national committee to review the forest policy. It also inspired similar movements across India and other parts of the world. Today, the Chipko movement is recognized as a significant milestone in the history of environmentalism and serves as a reminder of the power of grassroots movements. It has inspired a new generation of activists and conservationists who continue to fight for the protection of our planet. The Silent Valley Project. The Silent Valley Project, initiated in 1978, was a watershed moment in the history of environmental conservation in India. It was a project that not only led to the protection of a unique ecosystem, but also raised awareness about the importance of biodiversity conservation. The valley is a lush tropical rainforest in the Western Ghats, which is home to a wide range of flora and fauna, including several endangered species. The valley was threatened by a proposed hydroelectric dam project, which would have resulted in the submergence of the significant portion of the forest. The project faced strong opposition from environmentalists, activists, and local communities, who argued that the dam would have disastrous consequences for the region's ecology and the livelihood of the people living in the area. The protests against the dam were led by a group of scientists, activists, and concerned citizens who formed the Save Silent Valley Committee. The Silent Valley project gained national and international attention, with people from all walks of life coming together to support the cause. The movement was unique in its approach, using art, music, and culture to raise awareness about the importance of biodiversity conservation. The protests continued for several years, with the activists organizing marches, rallies, and cultural events to highlight the issue. Finally, in 1985, the government of Kerala, the state where the Silent Valley is located, announced that it would abandon the dam project and the valley would be declared a national park. The Silent Valley project was a turning point in the history of environmental conservation in India. It showed that people could come together to protect their natural heritage and that conservation could be achieved through peaceful means. The project also raised awareness about the importance of biodiversity conservation and the need to protect the ecosystems that are essential for our survival. The Silent Valley is now a symbol of hope for conservationists around the world and a shining example of what can be achieved when people come together to protect the environment. These two movements tell us about the power of people and also encourage us to save the trees, the providers of life on Earth. The origins of trees can be traced back to around 370 million years ago, during the Devonian period. But sadly, even after surviving so long in nature, the trees are at risk today by the action of humans. So before cutting a tree, think thrice. Think about lives that you might affect. Think about yourself. And with the motto, love a tree and hug a tree, we end our video. You might not love a tree, but it will always love you and keep giving you gifts. This was all for this video. Thank you for watching.